Welcome everybody. This is the new camera that I'm going to be filming all my content on, vlogs, commercials, all that fun happy jazz. This is the Sony a7 IV. There is actually no camera in here. You guys are watching the footage live right now. Before I ramble on about how I like this camera and what is all in the box and stuff like that, I'm just going to show you guys some content about what I'm actually going to shoot tomorrow and the reason why, or one of the main reasons why I bought this camera. Check it.
Does photo shooting.
Connor does photo shooting. So who am I here with?
Louis Duplan, French water skier.
Yeah.
Part of the French team.
What's some of your biggest accomplishments?
Being here with you today.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. We're going to be filming some awesome content and trying out my new camera. So heck yeah, check it. Well, dude, we just completed tricks.
Yeah.
How was it?
Man, that was awesome. That was scary. Some of them was scary. But I think we got the shot. So now we move on onto the slalom.
Yeah, it's time to warm up. Little pro tip, if you ever do some shooting like this, make sure you bring something to warm up in. It gets pretty cold with the wind and everything, but it's sick so far.
It's February.
February. So this is what it takes to get the shot sometimes. Brand new camera, already doing water shots. Well, dude, that was a fun shoot, but that was a wrap. Check out the footage. Well, I think you guys would have already seen the footage at this point. But yeah, now it's time to head back to my house and tell you guys what I think about the camera. So I'm back at the studio. I started shooting originally on Canon. My very first photo I took, I loved photography and that's why I got into it. The camera's actually right up there. And then I started switching over into the Nikon realm. So this is the Nikon D500 and there's a Nikon D5300 behind me. I experienced what it's like to shoot manual and be able to have complete flexibility on my colors. Now I'm getting more into videos. So these cameras only shoot in 1080p. I needed something that would shoot in 4K reliably with a big enough sensor. Yes, your iPhone shoots 4K, but the sensor is not big enough, so the quality and the bitrate depth of your video is not as high as what you're seeing right now. You're not able to pull the colors out as much as you normally would be able to on a mirrorless or cinema camera. You don't have to have a $4,000 camera to be able to shoot amazing videos. You can shoot commercials, and I have done that on my iPhone. It's not about the gear that you have, it's about the creative mindset and the creative skills to be able to put together a high-end video. Now that I'm saying that, why would I upgrade to a Sony a7 IV when I have a perfectly good iPhone that I've shot commercials on in the past? And the reason is, this was a great tool for where I was. Now it's time for me to upgrade and I want to produce that extra high-quality videos that allow my content to just give that pop, that color that comes through. I want that moody look for some aspects, and I also want that nice bubbly saturated look in other aspects. This camera is going to allow me to experience all of those capabilities of a mirrorless camera, and I'm also able to take really good photos. That's why I upgraded to the Sony a7 IV, because it's, for the money, the best hybrid camera that you can buy. The Sony a7S III, really good videos, not as high-end photos. The Sony a7R5 or even the Sony a7R4, really good photos, not as good of videos. the Sony a7 IV was the best camera for me. Might not be the best camera for you, but for me, Sony a7 IV all day long. What are my top things that I love about this camera? Autofocus. Super tack, super sharp, super fast. The ISO range. It doesn't have a dual native ISO per se, but it does. The definition of a dual native ISO is an ISO range that is exact same quality at 2 different ISOs. Sony doesn't say that it has a dual native ISO on this camera because at its native ISO and its secondary native ISO, it doesn't exactly resemble the exact same image. So close to the point that you're never actually going to notice it. First native ISO is 800. And the second native ISO is 6 stops above that, so 3200. Having this flexibility allows you to be able to shoot in low light at 3200 or even above that and get the least amount of grain inside of your videos. The one thing that I also really like about this camera is the ability to crop your sensor inside of the camera using the APS-C crop mode. This camera allows you to use full frame and APS-C sensor lenses on the camera using the Sony E-mount. But this is also one of the things that I don't like about the camera. Shooting 24 frames a second, you are able to switch between the two. You're able to go between full frame and APS-C crop mode. Shooting in 60 frames a second, which I would do for somewhat of a slow-mo video, I would want the ability to be able to switch between the two still. But Sony only allows you to use the APS-C mode inside of the camera, not the full frame mode. So it's a cropped, which gives you that little bit of extra push, yes, but the ability to switch between the two if I want to get a close-up shot would be very helpful. What is the sensor size on this? Researching. Also, this camera has a 7K sensor. That is almost double what a 4K sensor is, but it's downsampled to 4K, so you get the highest quality 4K video that you possibly can, because it's taking all that information and pushing it into 4K, which allows you to go through and post an Instagram with minimal compression. You're even able to shoot in 1080p with that downsampled sensor, giving you more bit depth inside of your videos, making your 1080p footage look like 4K. I've told you what I like about the camera. Now let me tell you what I don't like about the camera. There's honestly nothing I really don't like about this camera. Obviously, I told you about that one thing about the crop sensor at 60 frames a second, but that's minute. It's never really going to hinder my ability. I can always put a different lens on and still get that wide view. Yeah, you got to swap lenses, big deal. That's my unboxing video on this camera. You're going to see a whole lot more new content. I'm changing the way that I shoot my own things in 2023 and moving forward. There's going to be changes. You're going to see a whole lot more content. Write in the comments down below what you guys want to see next. Write what you guys want to see next. I'll respond to every single one of your comments. I've been postponing editing this video, so I'm going to get that done so you guys have something to watch. Peace.